Hello, welcome to Cut to the Chase. You are streaming live with Sky. What's going on, everybody? It always seems like a lag every time I get on, like, because I can see myself, so everything is like a couple of seconds behind. Hopefully, it's not like that for you. Let me look on my page. Let me see if I can find myself. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. So tonight we're going to be talking about today is Money Moves Monday. And I told you guys I was going to come here and share with you on every Monday. We're going to be talking about how money moves and how what moves you can make to make your money move. And so I want us to come from a point of view that we are the masters over our money and that we don't chase money because it's an end product. If you chase it, you're just going to be wasting your time. Money has to be created. It has to be created. It has to be produced. You have to do something in order for it to come to you because it is a byproduct. And so I am Sky Chase. This is Cut to the Chase, where we talk all things business and finance. My mission is to erase, eradicate, and annihilate poverty, first in your mind and then in your wallet. And my vision is to lead and to guide billions of people out of poverty and into financial independence. And so I have learned a lot since starting my business I started my coaching business in 2017, 18, one of those around up in there. And but I moved to Texas to start business, and I have learned a great deal. And, and you learn trial and error. You learn from basically doing. Confidence doesn't come before you do something. Confidence comes after you do it. And so I have people always tell me I'm so confident. I'm confident because I just keep executing. I just I just keep doing it until you know I I get it right. But I learned through trial and error that there are some things that are predictable. And I learned that people want predictable results. They want predictable results. And um, how do you get predictable results? You get predictable results when you build upon principles. So my businesses are built on business principles, biblical principles, and brain principles. Those are all predictable things where you put in place, you can get the same results like every single time. And I thought that as I began to go through the trial and error when I first started my business, and I wanted to do so many things. It's like, how do I really make money? When I really got away from that and started really focusing more on service, when I started more focusing on helping people, which is something that I'd already done, then I just started really charging for my time. That's basically what I started doing. And then I started seeing people that was like really struggling and people wanting to give up, on their businesses. And it's like in the movie. Remember in the movie, what was the name of the movie with Jordan Sparks? They remade Sparkle, and she sat in the office with the man, and she said, I have to make my dreams come true because they're going to save somebody else's life. Because right now they're going to save mine. And dreams, what I learned is dreams come by a multitude of business. They come by a multitude of business, and so you have to know and understand that what you have is valuable. You have to know that what you have is valuable and your perspective is necessary, to the collective. And so I decided I wanted to structure something or restructure something that had already been doing to kind of bring it to the forefront because we are definitely in the beginning stages of a depression, and it is really time to get our money matters in order. So today we're going to be talking about just how money moves, my camera, and what moves you can make that will benefit you, in your business and in your endeavors. So one of the things that I found, and these are things that I have observed in starting my business, the way that money moves, and then studying about money, and then writing books about money too. Let me show you my book that I'm going to be promoting. Um, this book that I wrote. This is my latest book. Let me see. Can you see it? It's available on Amazon. Um, It's available on Amazon, but I'm going to be dropping it in a couple other places as well. I also have a website, a course that I put together that I'm going to probably be doing a flash sale. I'll probably do buy the book and the course. I don't know for how much I'm going to be doing it for, but I'm gonna allow you to get both because I want you to be able to get clarity. Money moves toward clarity. When you're confused about money, I find that people that don't have money is because they don't know anything about money. So that's the thing that makes you poor. Not having money doesn't make you poor. What makes you poor is your education level. Where is your money IQ? Where is your IQ where it comes to money? And most of the time, people don't know anything about money at all. And so, how do you expect to make money when you don't know anything about it? And so, we have the thing that people tell us about it, but not really having first experience. We just know we go to work, we get a job, we get a paycheck, we pay bills, and that's just it. So, let's get into the information. So, one of the things I want to share is that money moves towards value, not effort. People don't get paid for working hard, they get paid for the solving valuable problems. Your talent is packaged into a solution, and then money flows there. And it is really just that simple. And think about money. I want you to think about money is I am money, your friend, your answer, and your defense. Okay. So when you are coming up with your solutions, I want you to think of what what strategy, because strategy, the word strategy is a military term. The word strategy is a military term. So if you think of money in terms of defense, how are you going to defend your family against poverty? My job is to erase, eradicate, annihilate. So how are you going to defend your family against poverty? So think of poverty as the adversary. Poverty is the adversary, and money does what? Answers. Money answers all things. So when you're putting together your strategy, you have to not only just be on the defensive, but as on the offensive as well. So the offensive strategy is what you're going to do your day-to-day operations. Your strategy in a whole is the big picture. Your tactical operations is day to day, is every day. So money moves through systems, not just people. So a person can only do so much. So a system can work 24/7. So you teach your talent through a system. I'm coming up, I'm working on something now. I'm always working on something, right? I'm working on something now where um, like what happens is you have so many talents. We're gonna talk about this on Thursday. You have so many talents. They all start to connect and interconnect with each other. And I was thinking about a talent that I have that I don't even really I use it for myself, but I don't do it for other people. And I'm like, I need to do this for other people so I can get paid. So money moves toward value. So not effort. People don't get paid for working hard. They get paid for solving not just any problem, but valuable problems. And the thing right now, like I was saying earlier when I gave the appetizer, is you have to understand that people pay to save time. How can you save someone time? And you should be thinking about how can you save somebody time? You need to be thinking about that. That's how you make money. So the other thing I want to know, money moves through systems. You have to create a system. A lot of times people have businesses, but they do not have a system in place. They do not have a process in place. They don't really have anything in place. They just get on every single day. There has to be an operating system. Just like on your computer, you have an operating system operating in the back. You have to have an operating system when you're running your business. And so money moves through systems. Money moves towards speed. People pay more money to get something faster. What is it that you can do that can expedite something? One of the reasons why Amazon is number one, not just because they allow so many people on their platform, but because they can get you things in 2 days. Now, I have ordered plenty of things off of TikTok, and TikTok be taking too long. Okay. So Amazon has now entered the platform of TikTok. So if you can't come in and get it to somebody, and some of the things you order, you get the same day or the next day. Well, the next day. And that's it's not an extra charge for that, even though the the product is padded. If you really look at the product, like if you compare prices, and you should be someone that compare prices. If you compare prices and you go to Amazon, you go to Walmart, and you compare prices, a lot of times Walmart is cheaper than Amazon. So what Amazon does, they let you pay that monthly fee, but they also take that shipping and they put it into the price. So you might see something on TikTok that's so much cheaper, but when you go to Amazon, it costs sometimes double. It's sometimes double the amount because they padded it again. So they're getting paid really double for that shipping. They're getting paid more than one time. So money moves towards speed. People pay more to get something faster. So this is why expedited shipping, rush fees, and fast solutions it make bank. That's what makes bank. If you can find a more efficient way, a quicker way, and a more convenient way of doing something, you will make money because you know what you can do faster than anybody else. Like if I was someone who didn't know how to braid, I know a lot of people that don't know how to braid. Well, you could take down braids. Can you take down braids fast? People want somebody that could take braids down really fast because they want to get their hair done. So see me, I can't sit there that long and let you put all that stuff in my hair. All that I will crochet that stuff in my hair. And when I get ready to snatch it out, I'll snatch it right on out. So so somebody is looking for somebody that could take them braids down, take them down real quick so that hey, I can get my hair redone in a different style. So think about money moves towards speed. What is it that you could do faster than anywhere anyone else? So money also moves where attention goes. Attention is the new currency. Who said that? Gary talks about that all the time. He talks about how attention is the new currency, and no money will flow. So ask, what can your talent do that makes people stop scrolling? Now that's a question. That's a question. That's a question right there. That's absolutely a question. um, Again, we're talking about money moves, and we're talking about it in a way that you don't really hear people talk about. A lot of that. You have to be making money moves every single day, and you have to be doing things that produce income. We're going to talk about income producing moves as well. Money moves towards confidence, not qualification. People buy from bold people, not the most degree person. Your talent plus confidence equals cash. Yes, it equals cash. So it's not about the most qualified. It's not, because a lot of times I found that a lot of things, like for example, I'm not an interior decorator, but I decorated this room because I know what I like. I know what looks good. and I decorated this room. And so, it's not always about that you have to go to school for something or that you have to get a degree for in something. Like if I find that I'm really good at something that I didn't go to school at, I just look at it, that's my gift. I'm gifted at it. You know what I mean? And so we're going to talk about your gifts and your talents and how you monetize your gifts, how you monetize your talents, how you price it, package it, and bring it to the marketplace, to make money. Stop making stuff so complicated, because it's not. Because I know I did that when I first started business. I wanted everything to be a certain way and all of that. But more than anything, in the beginning of my business, I just kind of focused on investing in myself. I just focused on taking all kind of classes, things that I didn't learn or didn't know that I needed to know. Because I believe as a business owner, founder, you need to know at least all the aspects of your business so that you can talk about it in an intelligent way. The only thing you need to master is what you're in business to do. That's the only thing that you need to master. And everything else, you're basically a generalist. You need to know a little bit about it. You need to know like a little bit about it so that you can be able to at least sit down and see what kind of person you want to hire in social media. If you don't know anything about social media, you don't even know the language. Everything has a language, and we're going to talk about that too. Probably next Monday we're going to talk about the money language. Everything has a language, and you need to learn the language if you're going to communicate with people regarding those aspects of your business. So money moves from confusion, clarity. Money hates confusion. When you simply simplify something, people pay you. Talent to move money. You explain things well. You create breakdown videos. Yes. People pay for that. I had a conversation with my son, and I was saying to him, people would always come to me at my job. I always ended up being the go-to person, and I never really knew why. And then, I prayed about it, and God was like, "Cause you're a reader. Readers are leaders." Where's my magnifying glass at? Oh, it's over there. I have a magnifying glass. I read the fine print. I read everything. I read everything. And so you have to like read. And if you read something and then somebody else don't, you can get on in and break down, and people will pay you for that. They'll pay you for that breakdown. They'll pay you to explain, something to them. Why? Because it saves them time. So when you save people time, when you do things faster, when you make things more convenient, most of the things in modern society is because of convenience. The remote control, because of convenience. I don't have to get up and change the channel. I could just change it from sitting in my chair across the room. And so you have to think about that. You have to think about the ways that attract money, not chase money, but attract money. Ways that cause money to move towards you and not away from you. See, the people that have a lot of times, people that have a lot of money is because a lot of times they're dishonest, and they got to constantly be doing stuff to to keep it coming. But we don't want to operate that way. We want to operate in integrity. We want to operate in honesty. We want to operate in standards. We want to kind of bring those things back because we want to make money and still have a conscience. Okay. We want to be able to live with ourselves. You know what I mean? So money moves from confusion and, breaking things down, explaining things well. Money moves in circles, not straight lines. Every dollar you earn can be recycled. Earn, invest, multiply, reinvest, grow. So this is the loop. We're going to talk about that more too. You'll often hear people say the dollar circulates in this culture this long. It stays in this culture that long because it does. Money moves in circles. It moves in circles. It moves like water. It ebbs and it flows. It moves in circles. It's cyclical. See, you have to educate yourself. You have to have a financial IQ as to how money works. How are you going to work money if you don't know? If you just think that just, going to work and trading your time for money, that's the lowest form. What's the highest currency? Money is the lowest currency. The highest currency is faith, because it takes a lot of faith to do everything, really. You just don't realize it. It takes faith for you to get in here, get in your car, and you said you won't make it to work and you made it. That took faith. It takes faith. It takes a lot of faith to do business. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of confidence. It takes a lot of determination, perseverance. Like, it takes a lot of believing, in yourself, knowing that what it is that you have, has value, is going to change and help someone in their life. You bring a unique perspective that no one else has. You're going to say things in a way that it may not have clicked with that person, but because you said it, the light bulb went off. So you have to understand that you are the money. See, that's what my book is about. See, I am the money. Me. I am the money. I'm not chasing the money. I'm the money. My ideas, my intellectual property, my creativity. I'm a producer, like, I am the money. And all I have to do is take those ideas, my intellectual property, price it, package it, and bring it to the marketplace. So I am the money. So I never run out of ideas. I never run out of things, to do, things to create, things to, sell to make your life better. I only sell things based on solutions. If somebody come to me, and this every day, people are like, well, how do you know what what book to write? Because people tell you, because they tell you what they need. They tell you. And in this book, I wrote this book because in order for you to master money, you have to first master yourself. You have to see yourself in a certain way. You have to see yourself as valuable. And you have to understand, I was saying yesterday, that you have to understand that you are not the narrative that people say about you. A lot of times you are listening to what people are saying about you, and you're not even really spending enough time with yourself. Remember, I said that, for you to get to know who you are. So you don't allow somebody to write the narrative for you. You write the narrative. This is your life. This is your life. Nobody gets to tell you. And the thing I love about myself, I love a lot of things about myself. But one of the things that I love about myself, that when I accomplish something, I accomplish it by myself. Me with my faith, I take my faith, I incorporate my faith in everything that I do. I incorporate my faith in my business. And with my faith, I can create whatever it is that I want. And it's like, a lot of times we think we need 1,000 people to get something done. No, you don't. You need some like-minded people around you, but you don't really need anybody else to help you with your vision, because the vision was given to you. It was given to you. And just like McDonald's has served a million billion people, well, I want to serve a billion people too. I want to lead people. I want to be the modern day Moses, and I want to lead people out of poverty into financial independence, because it's your birthright. It's already in you to do. The wealth code is already in you. It's already encoded. It's already, that's why they always trying to give us vaccinations. They're trying to change our DNA, because they know in our DNA, in our genetic code, is wealth. They already know that. You need to know that. You need to know that you are the treasure. You are the money. The money is not external. It's not outside of you. It is not. So basically, what happens is, when you use your faith, which is spiritual, which is unseen and invisible, and you attach it to a tangible thing, which is an idea, you give birth to something. This started out as an idea, as an experience, as a moment that I monetized. And I monetize a lot of my moments. Basically, all of my books are monetized moments, things that I've experienced in my life And then I wrote a book about it because you need to hear my testimony so that you can know that if I can do it, you can do it too. And that's what it is about. You are the money. You have to go from that single-minded outlook perspective to broadening and growing the possibilities. I share the testimony of growing up and growing up in the projects, growing up in the hood, to going to a mansion every summer. And we're not talking about a big house. We're talking about an estate with an Olympic sized pool, a winery in the basement. We're talking about paintings hanging on the wall that came from all over the world. So we're talking about broadening the possibility of your brain, the neuroplastic of your brain, stretching it. And that's what I want to do. I want you to see the possibilities of what you can do with your life, because there is no limit to what it is that you can accomplish. Not looking at what somebody else is doing, not even considering what somebody else is doing. You have to look at, what you were placed on this planet to do. And mostly every major thing that I've ever accomplished in my life, I've done it by myself, when with my faith. And I kind of like it that way, because then when I accomplish it, they know it was God. He automatically gets the credit. So money moves. How does it move? In a circle. All right. Money moves away from fear. Scared people don't invest. Scared people don't launch. Scared people don't charge their worth. And money doesn't stay where fear lives. Oh my goodness. That is so profound. You cannot be afraid. What did I say? It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of courage to do this every single day. And you can't do it based on how you feel, because half the time you're not going to feel like it. What happened to my tea? You are not going to feel like it majority of the time. You're not. You're not going to want to do it. You're not going to want to get up, because I'm basically starting my life over. So I got to build my followers and stuff back up. And but see, my thing is, when you follow me, you going somewhere. I'm not, just getting followers just because to say I have followers. No, no, no. We're going to build something. We're going to accomplish something. We're going to do something together. We're going to do this thing brick by brick, line upon line. We're going to do it in a way that you can understand how it works. You cannot, it's like a car. The nomenclature of a car, they all the same. When you learn how to work one, you know how to ride them all. And so that's how money is. Once you learn about how money moves, then you will begin to understand how to set your goals every single day and how to set your intention every single day. And so money does not like fear. Like I said before, somebody said money don't like noise. Wealth whispers. People that have money don't want you to know that they have money. They're not very ostentatious. What is ostentatious? Ostentatious means showy. I don't follow showy people. I do not follow showy people. So you have to understand that you are the money, and you have absolutely all the money and everything that you absolutely need. In my course, I Am Money, I wrote a song called All This Money Inside of Me, because that's where it is. You have this treasure on the inside of you that you haven't even been able to tap into. I remember when I first came to Texas, and I was like wondering what kind of business I wanted to start. And I remember I had to really change my mindset from being an employee to an employer. And then like this revelation came, and it was showing me like how we depend on our jobs for everything. And it was just like the scariest moment, because we like really treat our jobs like it's a god. And if you lose your job, like you'll lose everything. And then it all started to kind of, the dots started to connect. And I just thought that's a horrible way to live, to like on live dependent on your job. And then if you lose your job, even if you have money saved, if you don't have no fresh money coming in, you you still gonna lose everything. And I just remember thinking that's like building a house on sand. And you see people are they're under so much stress because they have so much debt. I've seen people that both make good money together. Together they make like six figures, but they are in debt up the wazoo, credit cards maxed out, all the bills, the mortgage, the car, all of this stuff. And they're so stressed out. And then they have to go to work and they have to be stressed out on their jobs. And they got to go and be kissing behind at the job because they're scared. They're scared to lose their job because if they lose their job, they lose everything. Money moves away from fear. Scared people don't invest. Scared people don't launch. They don't charge their worth, and scared people don't. Money doesn't stay when you're scared. But what I discovered was nobody can take my talent away from me. If I operate in my talent, I started writing and creating books. I started, writing more and more programs. I got so many programs. I can't even get them all up on the website. Like that's why my website is not finished because I have so many programs, and it takes time to put the programs up on the website. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to start doing webinars because there's no way that I can put all those programs up. I've been doing programs since 1996. Okay, some of you that follow me, I did my first program in church. My first curriculum I wrote was in church, and when I started my coaching and consulting business, I started, writing more and more programs. So I think that what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on like one thing that I'm really, really, really good at, that I'm really strong in. And I think I'm just going to focus on that just like for a while until I could get all these programs up because my website will never be finished because it's so much work to create the program. To create the program is the easy part. Then you have to shoot the videos, then you have to edit the videos. Um, and sometimes you pay people to edit the videos, but then you still got to give them instructions about how you want it done. So you might as well just do it yourself. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start doing webinars, and then I'm going to start doing it from there. So no fear, no fear. You have to be fearless. If you want to make money, you must be fearless. I just watched I just watched The Apprentice. It was really interesting. And I think the thing that I kind of the key thing I came away with it was how Trump was like he believes whatever it is he say he gonna do, he believes it, and you have to believe it, and you will come across like delusional and crazy because people that are business owners and founders and creators and stuff are very they're visionaries. They see stuff, they see big stuff, they see things that you just be like, really? You're gonna do what? That's why most of the time I don't even tell people my dream because my dream is so huge. Sometimes it scares me. And it's like people get jealous of it. Remember Joseph in the Bible? He told his brothers to dream. They sold him into slavery. I was like, what? We're going to be bound down to you. And guess what? It came to pass. And so, but not after he went through, he had to go through a lot for that dream to come to pass. And that's what it takes. So you definitely, when you're a trailblazer and you're out there and you're living your dreams every single day, you have to be fearless. You really do. And the last thing you ever want to worry about is what somebody's saying about you. That's like the least of your concern. You got so many other things to be concerned about. Oh my goodness. So no fear. Money moves toward people who solve one problem well. Pick one transformation your talent can create, focus on it, and then money will move like a river. Remember, I said money moves like water. Money moves like water. Pick one thing. What did I just say? All the programs I have written. I think I probably got at least 100 programs that I have written, probably more than that. And then ideas for programs and books, and like for people that say they don't get ideas and they don't, well, hang around me, because I have all kind of ideas. I just came up with an idea today. I was like, oh my God, now how am I going to do this? And they all are just as important. It's like, woo. So yes, I just came up with an awesome idea today. If I could just multiply myself. Um, Money moves toward people who solve one problem well. It is so true. And I share with people how everything lends itself, all the dots connected for me when I sat down and began to decide what I wanted to do for a business. And when I asked the people that was closest to me, people that knew me from high school for a long time, I was like, if y'all could say one thing about me, what would it be? Because how do you want to show up in the world? How do you want to show up? Like, how do you want people to know you? Like what you repping, as we used to say in the hood, who you repping. And so I decided, from the feedback that I got, was that I was always good with money. It's amazing how I was always good with money, but I hardly never had any. But I was always good at it, and I was always really good with money, and I was always good at solving problems and coming up with answers for stuff. It's like the book that John Damon wrote when he talked about, when you don't have anything, that's when your creative juices, that's why necessity is the mother of invention. When you are needing something, that's when your creativity wakes up and begins to give you the answers. It begins to give you the answers to what it is that you need. And I just remember, like, I whatever it was I needed, I always got, because I could always think of a way to get it legally. I didn't have to sell drugs to get it. You know what I'm saying? And so when I wrote the book, I Am Money, I had to examine my relationship with money. And my relationship was one that was not, like, I just didn't really have that much respect for money, because I had seen people do such despicable and diabolical things for it. And so I thought, please, listen, I can get that. I ain't even got to stoop to that level, and I still can get it. You know what I mean? And so I kind of kept that mindset, but I had to change that. If you're going to become friends with money, you can't be friends with somebody you don't respect. So I had to have a good, healthy respect of money. Now, money and I, we are friends, right? We ace boom coon, as they say back in the day. We ace boom coon now. And so I just got to figure out how to keep it once I make it. I mean, I do know how to keep it, but I just need so much of it, because there's so many things that I want to do. So many, my dream is so big, I need so much. But money, you have to think about that one thing that you want to do. And that's what I was thinking about. It's like, out of all the programs, like, what is the plumb line? What is the one thing that I do well, and that I can kind of do that across the board? And I kind of decided it's two things, it's really three, but I'm just going to pick one. And so this is the one thing. And I'm going to come here on Saturday. I ended up changing Saturday. Saturday is going to be, what did I call Saturday? Saturday is going to be service and sales. I had named it something else. I changed it. And the reason why is because that's the number one thing that I'm good at is sales or service or help. What did I call Tuesday? What did I say Tuesday? Is it Talent Tuesday or is it? Oh yeah, it's Talent Tuesday. So we're gonna be talking about talent tomorrow. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. So we're gonna be talking, and our talent is I'm very anointed in that area. I am the talent revealer. And so I'm not just going to tell you, oh, find out what your talent is. I'm going to help you discover what your talent is, help you discover, reveal to you what your gifts are, because that is what is going to bring order to your life. And I said before, a lot of people are in jobs that they hate because you're mismatched. That's not where you're supposed to be. A lot of times people, and that's why I'm not really concerned about like degrees and stuff. Like I love school, I love college and stuff like that, but I'm not really concerned about him declassifying degrees and all of that stuff. Business is a calling. You can't declassify it. Okay. Business is a calling. You can call, I'm a professional regardless. Okay. So, you have to really, you have to transcend all of that chatter and all of that. He has his reasons for doing that, but he doesn't have the final say. Nobody, your talent and your gifts are God given. It doesn't matter what God you believe in. Everybody has a gift and everybody has a talent, and everybody was put here for a reason and a purpose. And most of the time, you're at a job that you hate, and the only reason you're there is because you make what you think is a lot of money. We're gonna break that down too. I think I break that down in the book. I do. I break down what it really means to make six figures. Six figures to make in a year, that's not a lot of money. That's not a lot of money at all. That is not a lot of money because they're going to take that six figures, and what's the first thing they're going to do? They're going to divide it by 12. They're going to divide it by 12, 12, right? They're going to take taxes out of it, and then they're going to take what's left, right? And they're gonna take some more money out of it. They're gonna take your social security out of it and whatever other deductions you have. And then they're gonna do what? They're gonna what? Give it to you over what? They're gonna drip it to you. They're gonna give you crumbs. 52 weeks of crumbs. And that is what that's what the revelation was that I got. You're living off of crumbs. When you start a business, the sky is the limit. You can make as much money as you want to make. But the key to it is to find out what your talents and what your gifts are so that you can do it naturally. It's not going to feel like work. It's going to be fun. This is fun for me. I'm sitting in my studio. This is my studio. I'm sitting in my studio as a producer, operating in my gifts, operating in my talents, and like I'm not answering to anybody. I'm not punching the clock. I can come on here whenever I want to. I have as many times I want to. I can write as many books as I want to, create as many programs as I want to. I can sell them for how much I want to. It all depends on me. I'm not at a job making somebody else's dream come true. I am sitting here making my own dreams come true. And as a result of me making my dreams come true, I am helping you make your dreams come true. It doesn't matter about the economy, doesn't matter about what's going on in the economy, because when you're in business, you're creating your own economy. You're creating your own government. You don't get to tell me what my profession is, what is not. You don't get to dictate the narrative to me whatsoever. I get to write my story. Okay? You may get to have an opinion, but who cares about your opinion? Nobody cares about your opinion. Why? Because this is my life. This is my life. And that's what you have to understand. You have to understand. Y'all keep letting people put their 2 cents in your business, okay? Where it don't matter and it doesn't even add up. There is no way in the world I'm going to believe you over me. You have to have a very healthy belief in what it is that you're doing. You have to know that you know that you know that you are called to what it is that you are doing. Okay, I've been coaching since I was a teenager in high school. People came to me with their problems. I've been problem solving as long as I can remember. It is the most natural thing. When I sit down and I talk to people, when I decide that I want to work with whoever I want to work with, because I get to work with whoever I want to work with. I don't have to work with everybody. I get to work with whoever I want to work with. The ideas just be popping just for them. The answers just be coming just like that. Just as I'm sitting there and I'm listening to them, the answers come. And whatever is the answer comes. I remember my friend, he said, whatever it is you say, it always happens. it just comes because God just gives me answers, not just for my life, but he gives me answers for other people's lives. And so I love it. I love the fact that, I don't have to punch a clock. Okay. I don't have really jobs is like what? Slavery. They tell you what time to come to work. Then when you get to work, they tell you when you can go eat. They tell you when you can go on vacation. They tell you how long you can go on vacation. They tell you what to wear, what you can't wear, you know. And so they tell you when to clock out. Then you got to come back every day. Then you got to put up with all this stuff, this office politics and gossip and backbiting and all of this stuff while you at the job. You got to navigate all of that so you can keep the job. Because if you lose the job, then you're gonna lose everything you done built and worked hard for. Well, guess what? When I operated out of my gifts and my talents, it's on me. I got to show up for me every single day. And if don't nobody else show up for me, guess who's going to show up for me? Me. I'm going to show up for me. Me. I'm going to do it every single day. And I'm going to do it whatever time I feel like doing it. If I feel like getting on here at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to be on here talking about what y'all doing? Eating a peanut butter sandwich. Okay. So, it's the freedom. And that's the thing that appeals to me the most, to be free. You don't get to tell me whether I'm free or not. Okay. You don't get to tell me whether I'm free. You don't get to tell me nothing because you're not the author of my story. I am the author of my own story. And I've had to rewrite my story. I've started over like 2 or 3 times. Okay. And I've had to start over, pick up the pieces of my life and figure this thing out. Okay. And so I will not allow anybody to come and to narrate my story. Okay. You rewrite your own wealth story. Growing up, watching people be in poverty, who told you you was poor? And if they told you was poor, why did you believe them? I've never been poor in my life because I've always had too much character. I've always had integrity. I've always had honesty. I've always been a person because that's how I was raised. I was always raised to have morals and values and to have character. And, like I said before, I got to live with me. I don't go around doing people dirty. That's why I'm so straightforward. That's why this is cut to the chase. I tell you what it is I need for you to know. If you like it, God bless you. You don't like it, God bless you. If the verdict ain't in, God bless you. Because who got time for it? Don't make time for the foolishness. And that's the beautiful thing about living your dreams. That's the beautiful thing about having your own business. You know what I mean? You're at the helm of that shit. You and God, you're co-laborers. You're working together to fulfill the purpose that you were placed on this planet to do. You wasn't called here to be lost. There's people that go to work every day miserable, that y'all are looking at their lives and coveting because they live in a big house and they got bills. They got a bunch of bills. And they've been that. Ask me how I know, because I was there. I worked at a job. I bought a house, had the nice whip, all of that. It's a bunch of bills: water bill, gas bill, electric bill, all these bills. I was like, it has to be more to life than this. It's got to be more to life than this. And I said, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make the money and then I'm going to buy the things. And then I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to concern myself about it. So that's why I'll never be concerned about what people have, because I know the stuff that people go through, because I listen to the stories. Every single day, I listen to the stories. People are in debt. Their credit cards are up, are maxed out. And most of the time, their credit is bad because they're building their houses on sand. And it's not a happy thing. It's not a happy place. This is the most joyous time that I've experienced in my life, being able to, operate in my gifts and my talents and my purpose. And it all kind of came together in the culmination and the convergence, right here. Like, I wouldn't even thought when my friend some years ago, I think it was maybe 2018, when he wanted me to take over his studio, I wasn't even thinking about being a producer. I wasn't thinking about it. But really, it's a natural progression, because in high school, I used to write plays for me and my friends because I was on punishment all the time. I used to write plays, and we used to act out the plays while we was in the hallway playing around, acting silly. And I just never even thought that that would be my gift. And see, that's why your gift is so easily overlooked, because it comes so easy to you. It comes so natural to you. Like take Jada and Will. Will has never gone to acting school. Will read books. Jada the one went to college to be an actor. Will never went to college to be an actor. Some people just have a natural propensity for things. They have a natural gift for something. And that's normally what I do. When I find that I have a natural gift for something, I will probably take a class, or most of the time I read a book. I'll just go and read like branding. I'm naturally gifted at branding. So I didn't go to school for branding, but I'm good at it. So I just read books about it, and find out what the framework is, what are the rules, what's the language, of branding. And then I just incorporate it in my business. See, because I don't want to wear the brand, I want to be the brand. Okay. I want my name to be great. He said, I'll make your name great. You know what I mean? So you're gonna be wearing sky sneakers or something, some shoes, something. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but it's gonna be something. You see what I'm saying? And so that's how you have to think about it. If somebody else's name can be made great, if Fendi can be great, and Gucci can be great, and Wells Fargo and Chase and all these last names, and Baskin and Robbins and Louis Vuitton and all of these people, these are all people's names. If they name it can be great, why can't your name be great? Why can't you make your name great? And you're not going to make your name great by working at somebody's job. And I'm not telling you to quit your job, because your job can fund your business until you make enough money till you develop an exit strategy. I ain't even had no exit strategy. I just jumped out on faith, which is probably why things take so much longer for me, because I will jump out on faith in a whole hot minute and then be like, "Ooh, okay, did I just jump out here?" Everything for me is an adventure. So I'll just get up, dust my little self off, and just keep going. They be like, "Is she a cat? Does she have 9 lives? Like, why she keep bouncing back from everything? Like, why we can't destroy her? Why is she so indestructible?" Because I don't take none of y'all seriously. That's why, especially the haters. You know what haters are for real? I'm gonna tell y'all what haters are. Haters are your public relations. They give you free PR. I wouldn't let me tell y'all, I wouldn't even be here at this point in my life if somebody didn't hate on me and lie on me. They brought me visibility. Haters bring you visibility. They are your public relations. Let them keep doing their job. Don't be blocking them in your lives. They run your numbers up. What you blocking them for? No, no, no. You come in my live with some stuff, I'm cut to the chase. I'm gonna cut you to the quick. Okay? No, don't block them. Stop blocking people. Let them come in there because they may learn something. They're going to learn something. Don't block them. Deal with it. See, and that's what I understand. Y'all want to be in business, but you don't know how to negotiate. You don't know how to conflict resolute. Conflict resolution, don't you know they pay you for that? To be able to get two opposing sides to come to a place of negotiation, you get paid big bucks for that. Y'all don't know how to conflict resolute. Y'all want to block everybody. You want to avoid everything. You want to run from everything. No, how you gonna be successful in business? You always gonna have somebody that has an opposing view. There's nothing wrong with having an opposing view. A lot of times, for real, haters point out things that you would never consider. You be like, you know what? Thank you for pointing that out. I'll take a note of that. Thank you. They do. They think they be criticizing you, but what they really be doing is helping you. So this is the show for today. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about Talent Tuesday. I'll be here at 7 o'clock, same bat channel, same bat time. This is Sky Chase. I hope you guys have enjoyed the show. I'm going to put together a bundle for Black Friday where you guys can get the I Am Money course program and the I Am Money book, and it will bless you tremendously. All right, till next time, you guys. I will be here tomorrow. Thank you for showing up. Thank you so much.